And now, will everyone please rise for the academic procession? Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Cal State LA student Gianna Halpin, who will sing the National Anthem, accompanied by the Cal State LA Brass Quintet.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the
Please be seated. Good afternoon, students, honored family members, and friends. I am Pamela Scott Johnson, the Dean of the College of Natural and Social Sciences. Welcome to the 2018 commencement ceremony. Over the course of your academic career, our faculty, administration, and staff have focused their expertise on your success. They have become your mentors, and for many of you, your colleagues. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and thank the Chair of the Academic Senate, Veena Parvu, and members of the faculty, you'll have your chance, members of the faculty, emeriti faculty, staff, and the administration for assisting our students to excel and achieve their goals. Will these members of the university community please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, please join me in welcoming the president of Cal State LA, William A. Covino. Dr. Covino.
All right. Well, congratulations, class of 2018. Yes, well done. Let me ask, of our students receiving master's degrees today, how many of you are the first in your families to get a master's degree? And for our students receiving bachelor's degrees today, how many are the first in your family to get a bachelor's degree? Terrific, terrific. Congratulations. Today is about you. Today is a celebration of you and all that you've achieved and all that is yet to come. This time at Cal State LA has been a very important chapter in the story of your life. During your time here, we've witnessed world-changing moments together. California became the world's 5th largest economy, which means that opportunities that await you have expanded. Political changes on the national scene created new priorities and new challenges. And the voices of students determined to serve the public good became an even more impactful force for change. During your time here, advances in science and technology gave us new power, new potential, new tools for discussing and organizing around the pressing social issues of our times. Our day-to-day life has become more full of possibilities for personal growth and change, and you, class of 2018, you are the creators of tomorrow. During your time here, you experienced a personal transformation that is as profound as the events we lived through together. You're not the same person you were when you first set foot on campus. You came here with a plan to learn more, to focus your major on a career path, perhaps to embark on a new path, and you'll leave Cal State LA with knowledge and experiences that are going to propel you forward in your careers, in research, into new possibilities. I hope you'll always remember the faculty who taught and mentored you and helped you become the accomplished graduate that you are today, the friends who encouraged you, and the community that embraced you. You've shared in important events in the life of the university community. Together, we celebrated the university's 70th anniversary. We launched new initiatives, and we stood in the spotlight when the New York Times cited a study ranking Cal State LA as #1 in the nation for the upward mobility of our students. That has so much to say about the great value of the degree that you've earned and about the bright future that awaits you. So today you become alumni of Cal State LA. You join the ranks of more than 245,000 alumni and of Cal State LA and 3 million alumni of the California State University system. Our outstanding alumni include tennis legend Billie Jean King, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard, astronaut Samuel T. Durance, the creator of the Bratz dolls, Isaac Larian, Dr. Sumanta Pal, the director of the Kidney Cancer Program and Medical Oncology at City of Hope Hospital, the founders and owners of Gavinia Coffee, and the founders and owners of Porto's Bakery. I always save Porto's for last because I know it's an applause line, right? Yeah. So all these great people are now your fellow alums. The class of 2018 includes 106 veterans who have served our nation with valor and then returned to earn a degree. I would like to ask all of the veterans among us, the veterans among our parents, family members, and friends, and the veterans in our class of 2018 to please stand so that we can thank you for your service. All of the veterans in the room. Thank you all so very much. Students in the College of Natural and Social Sciences learn from our expert, distinguished faculty, and occupy a college that is nationally renowned for being home to the first Chicano Studies Department in the United States. That department celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. And the college is also home to the second Pan-African Studies Department in the United States, which will celebrate its 50th anniversary next year. And it is also home to our brand new Department of Asian American Studies. We also celebrate our minority opportunities in research programs and the Lewis Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation, which helps to create new pathways for students of color to the PhD. We are #1 in the United States for sending students of color on to finish PhDs in the STEM fields. This year, 34 students from this college are headed to PhD programs. Clearly, you are part of a college that is home to students who engage in research and outreach that impacts lives and helps us improve our society. Daisy Parga learned to love U.S. politics and history from her dad, who emigrated from Mexico. The deep pride that her dad felt when he went to cast a ballot and his respect for U.S. democracy instilled in Daisy the same respect and interest in her government. Through her studies, she's deepened her understanding of the impact of political decisions on our day-to-day lives. Daisy worked full-time for the LA Sheriff's Department and was a full-time student throughout her years at Cal State LA. Initially, she was interested in a career as a deputy sheriff, but now her goal is to help create laws and policies that are just and serve the public good. For her senior capstone project, Daisy studied voter ID laws and their detrimental impact on voter turnout. She exemplifies student success. Daisy made the Dean's List, is a member of Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society, and graduates today cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. She's been accepted into Southwestern Law School in Los Angeles, and her ultimate goals are to become a district attorney and to hold an elected office, which she says will allow her to ensure that our democracy works for everyone. Daisy, congratulations. Graduates, you are headed to communities that you will energize and empower with all that you've learned, with the Cal State LA values that you carry, with your experiences as a part of this rich intellectual community. That's why today's commencement is such a monumental day for communities across Los Angeles and for wherever you call home. When you walk across the stage, you're not just walking for yourself. You're walking for the places that you love. And in that connection, we have recently, just about a month ago, launched the greatest fundraising effort in the university's history for the place that we love, Los Angeles. We call this fundraising effort We Are LA, the Campaign for Cal State LA. We chose that name because graduates of Cal State LA represent the best of Los Angeles. Because of the dedication and knowledge you're carrying with you, wherever you're headed, wherever you will live and work, the people in those places can look forward to an even better future because of you. So you're walking today for the places you love, and you're also walking for the people you love. You didn't accomplish this important goal alone. Those who you love inspired and motivated you and helped you along the way. In that spirit, I'd like to ask all the mothers and fathers of our graduates to please stand and let us congratulate you. And you stay standing, stay standing. We want to add the grandmothers and grandfathers as well. The aunts and uncles, the brothers and sisters, the nieces and nephews, the spouses, partners, and significant others, the children, and all of the friends of the class of 2018. Thank you all so very much for your support. You helped make this day possible for all of our graduates. So, given that rousing moment, I think you would agree that today is an unforgettable chapter in the story of your life. And you stand, I would say, on the peak of a great mountain. It's a mountain that you have climbed. And from that peak, you can look out at the world and look around at your future. You see other mountains around you. Many of them are higher than the one you're standing on. They represent other goals and challenges. Don't be daunted by the height of those mountains, by the height of your dreams and challenges. During your time here, You've learned how to reach the top. Always remember, you are a golden eagle, and you will soar. Congratulations. Thank you. Now, we've come to another special part of today's commencement. On the recommendation of the California State University Board of Trustees, Stuart Quo has been selected to receive an honorary Doctorate of Laws. Stuart, would you join me up here, please? The citation that we have devoted to Stuart reads as follows. Stuart Quo is an unwavering champion for educational equity, social justice, and civic engagement. He has dedicated his professional career to building multi-ethnic and multiracial coalitions and advocating on behalf of historically underrepresented and underserved communities. In 1983, Mr. Quo co-founded Asian Americans Advancing Justice Los Angeles, AAAJLA, the largest legal and civil rights organization for Asian Americans and Asian Pacific Islanders in the United States. Under Mr. Quo's leadership, this organization successfully challenged racially discriminatory employment practices and unfair immigration laws. The organization has also pushed for stronger protections for low-wage workers, immigrants, and victims of hate crimes. Mr. Quo founded AAAJLA's Leadership Development in Interethnic Relations program, which has trained more than 1,000 community leaders in collaboration with African American, Latino, Asian Pacific Islander, and LGBTQ communities. Mr. Quo's community coalition efforts have also focused on improving higher education opportunities. In 2015, AAAJLA launched College for All, a multiracial cross-sector coalition that has championed reinvestment in public higher education to promote greater access, affordability, and equity. The coalition's efforts have been endorsed by more than 40 organizations, including the California State Student Association and many others. Mr. Quo was raised in Los Angeles and earned a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from UCLA and a Juris Doctorate from the UCLA School of Law. He serves as a lecturer at UCLA, where he teaches a course called Asian Americans and Law. Mr. Quo has been honored with numerous awards in recognition of his public service, including a prestigious MacArthur Foundation Fellowship, a Liberty Hill Foundation Changemaker Award, and a Civic Medal of Honor from the Los Angeles Area Chamber of Commerce. He was named Lawyer of the Year by California Lawyer Magazine and received an Alumnus of the Year for Public and Community Service Award from the UCLA School of Law. In recognition of his distinguished career, his role as an advocate for social justice, and his contributions to fostering community collaboration, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and California State University, Los Angeles, are proud to confer upon Stuart Quo an honorary Doctor of Laws. Thank you. I'm going to confer it now. I've got it. So, by the authority vested in me, I confer upon Stuart Quo our highest honor, the degree of Doctor of Laws, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. It is an ancient custom, as many of you know today, to invest those who receive academic degrees with hoods that designate the degree that's bestowed we present this hood to Stuart Quo. Stand between us.
You could bend a little.
All right.
Thanks.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
Wow, that was great. Thank you, President Bill Covino and the Board of Trustees and the staff and faculty here at Cal State LA. It's great to have my last name pronounced correctly. How many of you have had your first name or last name mispronounced during your lifetimes? My favorite story was, I go around the country and people mispronounce my name even though it's only 4 letters. I had a friend at United Way and I called her and she wasn't there. But when she came back, she called me and she said, well, you wouldn't guess how your last name was pronounced this time, Stuart. And I said, okay, Linda, tell me. And she said, well, when I got back to my office, my secretary came running into my office and said, you've got to return this call. It's from Mr. Stuart of radio station KWOH. True story. But I am really happy to be here today. You may have noticed I have a UCLA background, but I'm very, very proud that in 2014, my son Nathan, who is sitting back here, graduated from Cal State LA. And my wonderful wife, Pat, is there, and our friend Linda. But I would say I really want to thank President Bill Covino for not kicking out my son because he was here for many, many years. Many years. Now, as you graduate from this wonderful institution, you could look forward to a job. You could look forward to getting health care. By the way, Covered California has some wonderful plans that they asked me to tell you about. But additionally, we have to answer a question posed by Martin Luther King. He said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? What are you doing for others? We took up that call in 2016. Bill mentioned it. We designed and promoted a bill called Senate Bill 1050. If passed, that bill would provide $240 million for college readiness, college access and retention, including for the Cal States. And I'm very pleased to say SB 1050 did pass. And we're implementing this bill today. But I told Bill earlier that our goal this year is to introduce a bill that just focuses on Cal States to provide more openings for qualified students to come into these wonderful institutions. Asian Americans Advancing Justice has long focused on immigrants' rights. And we have done that. And we all have personal stories to tell about why we reinforce that focus every year. For me, earlier in my career, I remember I went to the South working on a civil rights case, and a white waitress was serving me and started staring at me and said, well, where are you from? Where's your family from? And I thought of my mother's side of the family, and I said, well, my great-grandfather was a miner in New Mexico. My grandfather was a tailor and herbalist in Stockton and Oakland. My mom was born in Oakland, California. And she stopped me without any hesitation and said, and how do you like your new country? And for those of us who are 4th generation or 5th generation, we know many of us will be treated as immigrants, so we will always be immigrants in many people's eyes. But our most memorable case was in 1995. It happened on a Sunday afternoon. A friend of mine who was a neighbor called me and said, well, you have to get some Thai translators because we're going to go on a labor investigation and the people there speak Thai. And so we called the Thai Community Development Center. We had a young attorney named Julie Sue, and she went on the raid. And she called me and she said, you wouldn't guess what they found in Almonte. They found over 80 women, 4 guys, locked up, some for over 7 years, slaving away, making maybe what you're wearing today. And so we bailed them out. We asked a researcher, could you tell us how to handle this case? Because we hadn't had a big case like that before. And the researcher came back and said, don't take that case. And we scratched our heads and we said, but we know slavery is illegal even in Los Angeles, California. And so we said, why? And they said, well, the liability laws are not clear, so you'll sue and win against the contractors, but you'll lose against the big retailers and manufacturers. Then they said, well, these workers came in, but they're all illegal. So you'll be representing people in Thailand or somewhere in Asia. Do you have an office there? And we said no. And then they found out that the front shop had about 22 Latino workers. And the Latino workers came to us and said, represent us too. And the researcher said, don't represent the Latino workers because they don't speak the same language. They weren't in the same place. They were in the front shop in downtown Los Angeles, but they weren't locked up like the Thai workers. Well, guess what? We decided to keep hope alive, so we ignored what the researchers said. And we fought the case. We won 2 motions to dismiss. I'm very pleased to say we won over $4.5 million for the workers. Because the workers said that they would testify against the contractor, we got legal status for all the workers who are now U.S. citizens. And most importantly, the Latino and Thai workers came together, united, and inspired the state legislature to pass the strongest anti-sweatshop law in the United States of America. To this day, our work on human trafficking continues. There are many other groups that fight every day for immigrants' rights and justice in our communities. Martin Luther King advised us all. He said, every person must decide whether he or she will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. So I ask you today, join our causes, keep hope alive, join us to lift up the spirit of immigrants, and help us fight for justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kuo. Among the students earning baccalaureate degrees are those who will graduate with academic honors. Dr. Nancy McQueen, Associate Dean of the College of Natural and Social Sciences, will acknowledge these students. Dr. McQueen.
Gotta find it. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. While I'm looking for this, there we go. The university grants the baccalaureate degree with Latin designations of summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude to students who maintain an outstanding academic record while earning their degrees. These students wear gold braids draped on their black gowns to mark their outstanding academic accomplishments. Will the candidates for graduation with honors please rise and be recognized? Thank you, and please be seated. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Chief Academic Officer of the university, Dr. Lynn Mahoney, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Mahoney?
President Covino, I present to you the candidates for degrees in the College of Natural and Social Sciences. They have met all of the requirements for their respective degrees and have been recommended by the faculty who taught them.
The recipients for the Master of Arts, the Master of Science, and the Master of Public Administration from the College of Natural and Social Sciences will now be hooded on stage.
Master of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Black Entrepreneurship and Community Development.
Stephen Michael Fawcett.
Master of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Race, Gender, and Education.
Brittany Michelle Hampton.
Master of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Race, Power, and Poverty.
Marissa Yvonne Kraft.
Master of Arts, Latin American Studies.
Robert Martin Cristo.
Jasmine Elena Chavez.
Patricia Adriana Onelas Moya.
Carolina Santillán Serrano.
Edgar Ivan Cruz.
Master of Arts, Mexican American Studies.
Bambi Salcedo.
Erica Ortega.
Tony Bracamonte.
Cassandra Rocio Giralba.
Lauren Patrice Garcia.
Master of Science, Psychology.
Jessica Dipp.
Gabriela Cristina Cedre.
Michelle Adrienne Arzu.
Master of Arts, Psychology.
Jessica Mendoza.
Catarina María Madruga.
Alyssa Pualani Lawson.
Lauren Michelle Hawker.
Brenda Quijada.
Lidia Gomez.
Carlos Letona.
Master of Arts, Political Science.
Scarlett Iseo.
Jose Manuel Sandez.
Sean M. Sweeney.
Danica Christine de Leon.
Elena Ruiz Ramirez.
Tuche Ersoy.
Patricia Cisneros.
Nelly Denise Yabujian.
Al-Hamedi bin Hejina.
Miguel Ángel Benítez.
Andrew H. Nguyen Man.
Master of Public Administration.
Vandelio Jovan Delgado.
Alma Mireya Medina.
Edward Padilla.
Luis Felipe Orendain Jr.
Linda Tai.
Sarah Danielle Johnson Cooper.
Linda Hinojos.
Luz Reyes.
Stephen David Paredes.
Congratulations. The candidates for the baccalaureate degrees will now be presented on stage.
Bachelor of Arts, African American Studies.
Jody Elaine Schofield.
Degina Latrice Ragland.
Ana Katrina Alvarado.
Andre Barnes.
Alexandria Edwards.
Aaliyah Howard Pickett.
Tamara Demisha Henderson.
Sonia Steffes.
Bachelor of Arts, Asian and Asian American Studies.
Tony Tang.
Min Treat Dao.
Ingrid Diana Perez Quiñones.
Bachelor of Arts, Latin American Studies.
Job Abisai Marin.
Hugo Pacheco.
Alicia del Carmen Mosley.
Rigoberto Quintana.
Agustín Cabrera Jr.
Alejandra Lemus.
Stephanie Pineda.
Vanessa Bravo.
Bachelor of Arts, Mexican American Studies.
Maria Jose Oliva.
Yadira Jarquín Maya.
Bridget Garcia Vera.
Bachelor of Arts, Political Science.
Julian Austin Manzano.
Eric Carroll.
Elliot Chu.
Sergio Soriano Jr.
Michael Miran Marichellian.
Sarah Jessica Gonzalez.
Kimberly Nieto.
Diego Guerrero del Valle.
Fernando Antonio Alonso.
Zerny Refuerzo.
Ravina Jamu.
Jocelyn Zavala.
Gabriela Martinez.
Fatisha Patrice Newman.
Shika Vanessa Udengu.
Jasmine Tashane Pearson.
Clement Kwong.
Raphael Gevorgian.
Tanisha Janine Zuniga.
Esmeralda Yesenia Flores.
Anaí Giselle Trujillo.
Yasmín Elisette Guillén.
Daniel Ruiz Camacho.
Cindy Medrano.
Jessica Hurtado.
Suhey Rodríguez.
Joseph Siroki.
Douglas Gomez.
Danielle Petty.
Leona Balalians.
Lorena Lopez Garcia.
Jessica Yesenia Solís.
Linda M. Zamora.
Daisy Vanessa Parga.
Mercedes Elizabeth Medina.
Christian Salvador Scott.
Diana Laura Cortez Perez.
Ronnie Anthony Ramirez.
Matthew Albert Tenchavez.
Luis Antonio Garibay IV.
Jonathan Marino.
Rachel G. Juan Duffy.
William de Jesus Vasquez Leon.
Héctor Javier Marrujo.
Raúl Antuna.
Citlali Estrella Hernández.
Hassan Cisse.
Jesús Galeno.
Wylan Allen Chung.
Bhakti Vilasini Adbore.
Zermine Akhtar Vakil.
Marina Janelle Hernandez.
Nadia Lisiega.
Lauren Francine Hernandez.
Cortez Cruz Cerato.
Dan Esaú Gortares Naude.
Dean Estrada.
Josué Martínez Arias.
Marcos Antonio Montes.
Cecilia Villarreal.
Marcial René Romero.
Francisco Javier Barraza.
Jocelyn Lisette Pelayo.
Deborah Ascensión.
Devin Christopher Atwood.
Vicente Gerardo Peña.
Leslie Marlene Sanchez.
Violeta del Carmen Marín.
Diana Pineda Ramirez.
Pedro Vázquez.
Jericho Bueno.
Anthony Ramón Galván.
Ricardo Adame.
Vincent Paul Hernandez.
Elana Irshot.
Robert Emika Chuksorji.
Jessica Quesada.
Bachelor of Arts Psychology.
Fernanda Rodriguez.
Angélica Hernández.
Azucena Guadalupe Cruz.
Alfonso Rubén López.
Melissa Perez.
Daisy Lisette Ramírez.
Hector Gusha.
Jocelyn Nicolette Magaña.
Emmeline Aitza Magana.
Nairobi Celeste Orellana.
Danielle Christine Hernandez.
Shannon Lisa Miani.
Gabriela Montes de Oca.
Maricruz Pérez Cejas.
Joshua Aldair Moreno.
Scarlett Josibel Castro.
Merlin Sujei Soto.
Paola Raquel Sánchez.
Stephanie Melendez.
Andy Aguila.
Erin McDonald.
Rachel Mee.
George Coria.
Jasmine Navarrete.
Rosario Hernandez.
Brenda Garcia.
Jody Elaine Schofield.
Degina Ragland.
Alexandria Edwards.
Lorena Azalia Armendariz.
Oscar Gabriel Lopez.
Jesse Steven Hernandez.
Tai Mai.
Talina Lorraine Wingfield.
Sarah Noemi Gonzalez.
Sylvia Cruz Garcia.
Wendy Garcia.
Angelita Vega.
Tatev Sarkisian.
Vicky Sargisian.
Nancy Reyes.
Isaac Salgado.
Vana Dermijian.
Rick David Hernandez.
Vanessa Espinosa.
Mary Abdu.
Jasmine Nancy Hernandez.
Quirino Antonio Robles Jr.
Michelle Anayi Tarango.
Edwin Brian Lizama.
Tiana Quinn Williams.
Verónica Monarres.
Maria Gianna Garcia.
Jennifer Marie Jones.
Tanisha Janine Zuniga.
Josie Amber Gomez.
Shen Shin Yu.
Kay Sun.
Beverly Andrea Segundo Maldonado.
Abigail Sarai Adan.
Lillian Elizabeth Medrano.
Ariana Rodriguez.
Marisol Ortega Duran.
Carlos Pérez.
Anthony Hernandez.
Luis Fernando Macedo.
Kelly Duran.
Selena Juliet Pasillas.
Rocio Espinosa.
Xaviera Auxiliadora Navarro.
Christian Jonathan Merlin.
Anthony Daniel Rivas.
Yesenia Hernandez.
Ariana Coronado.
Rita Escandar Bogos.
Lucy Lopez.
Amal Kadun.
Paulette Hakopian.
Anna Kazarian.
Christina Balian.
Kimberly Marisol Ibarra Miranda.
Melissa Nicole Plasencia.
Alexis Renee Torre.
Misty Angel Salazar.
Jihad Akram Hamide.
Matthew Kang Pham.
Brian Kenneth Mejia.
Emilio Barraza.
Yajaira Flores.
Arely Saraí Flores.
Esteban Rafael Flores.
Isela Jasmine Alvarez.
Anthony Anguiano.
Yeon Choi.
Jared Amir Tayar.
Patrick Justin R. Castillo.
Eric Ponce.
Ariane May Velasco Junio.
Stephanie Palma.
Rebecca Amanda Galindo.
Mariela Montserrat Chavez.
Michelle Guardado.
Nicole Roxanne Benkechea.
Patricia Luna.
Amber Elena Munoz.
Luis A. Patino.
Edgar Herrera.
Charlene Shanae Park.
Hyo Min Sa.
Riley Mock.
Luis Aron Robles.
Stephanie Galvez.
Deborah Lynn Polanco.
Melissa de Jesus Gonzalez.
Adrian Joseph Manrique.
Nicole Renee Hancock.
Samantha Perez.
Cassandra A. Carter.
Araceli Enciso.
Rochelle Goko Prodigalidad.
Vanessa Diego.
Mindy Mai Bon.
Satanik Hakobjanyan.
William Gomez III.
Nayeli Vanessa Beltran.
Eyanira Aguilar.
Ignacio A. Pedraza Ramirez.
Michael John Schaefer.
Joanne Lee.
Chang Yang Jeff Chow.
Gloria Rojas Marquez.
Vanessa Ramirez.
Janice Jennifer Ochoa.
Josephine Maria Rodriguez.
Catalina Nunez.
Dalia Sanchez.
Dakota Jean Spence.
Claudia Esmeidi Ramos.
Jorisel Buenconsejo Baina.
Natalie Hurtado.
Angelica Soledad Moreno.
Itzel Yvonne Ramos.
Brenda Yesenia Acosta.
Stephanie Penate.
Valerie Nicole Antuna.
Sean Scott Lawrence Pereser.
Neva Jasmine Perez.
Julia Cruz Arcineda.
Daniel Crispino.
Jamari Young.
Rosa E. Solorzano Prado.
Lindsay Alexandra Iniguez.
Jonathan Emilio Lopez.
Stephanie Diane Perez.
J. Aaron Delgado.
Desiree Ashley Ayala.
Jennifer De Leon.
Esther Duran.
Katrina Arabian.
Natalie Nicole Gallegos.
Vanessa Magdaleno.
Melissa Guadalupe Villalobos.
Jessica Gautreaux.
Justin Nicholas Escobedo.
Ripsime Jacobian.
Brittany Nicole Fulton.
Ricky Fabricius.
Keon Chris Allen.
Paloma Reina Ramos.
Christine Lynn Wright.
Itzel Rangel.
Alexis Deanna Medina.
Alexandria Daniela Calderon.
Shadra Sky Torres.
Melanie Lee Hackman.
Jocelyn Sandoval.
Ariana Magana.
Sierra M. Rangel.
Jennifer Gutierrez.
Wendy Salazar.
Braden Reed Malnick.
Jacqueline Destiny Ceballos.
Tyler Rebecca Wynn.
Carolina Cervantes.
Crystal Perez.
Jaleel Mitchell.
Angelique Winsome Edwards.
Rosa Ileana Gutierrez.
Janet Nunez.
Anthony Yagual.
Brenda Flores.
Brianna de Yair Espejel.
Yvette Ocampo.
Vanessa Verdín.
Scarlett Munoz.
Jonathan Cortez.
Gustavo Arnulfo Cabrera.
Yesenia Vázquez.
Carlos Alberto Madrid.
María de Los Ángeles Equiwa.
Jacqueline Stepanian.
Jazmín Saavedra Morales.
Jessica Estrada.
Jenny Guadalupe Pinto Galindo.
Eulalia Pascual.
Nancy Edith Ramos.
Svetlana Shock.
Sarah Elise Garcia.
Brianna Destiny Casares.
Corina Ann Ortiz.
Jeremy Andrew Gallegos.
Cristina Lopez.
Vanessa de Jesus Lopez.
Raquel Pérez.
Raylene Genevieve Candia.
Andrea Nicole Santamaria.
Irene Ariel Pacheco.
Perla Yesenia Sánchez.
Jessica Jasmine Rodriguez.
Ariana Andrea Camberos.
Fidel Angel Quintanilla.
Virginia Serrano.
Hannah Aileen Kite.
Brianna Marie Mercado.
Francesca Maria Coronado.
Lucy Arteaga.
Helen Tran.
Estela Chavez.
Karina Martinez.
Hannah Christine Ortega.
Danny Brian Para.
Crystal Baltazar.
Valerie Angela Tecla Quintero.
Perry Choi.
Steven Cisneros.
Gershom Chavez.
Judy Wong.
Natalie Guadalupe Monreal.
Esteban Daniel Chala Serrano.
Claudia Rizzo Galan.
Lisa Merania.
Carol Stefania Avila.
Chris Juarez.
Christine Magaña.
Juan Carlos Antonio Lopez.
Carla Erenia Portillo.
Irene Campana.
Destiny Star Rodriguez.
Maria Guadalupe Alanis.
Berenice Gomez.
Liliana Beatriz Alvarez.
Rosario Guadalupe Carmona.
Carla E. Marquez.
Virginia Farfan.
Diana Ofelia Huerta.
Kimberly Rose Ibarra Villafuerte.
Guinia Paola Guardado.
Azucena García Rendón.
Brianna Esmeralda Reynoso.
Vanessa Barcenas.
Kimberly Santos Solis.
Lady Sánchez González.
Genevieve Velez.
Brenda García.
Karina Muñoz Mancilla.
Jasmine Campos.
Catalina Ramírez.
Nayeli Isabel Madrigal.
Stephanie Hernandez.
Mayra Leticia Orellana.
Gabriela Becel.
Cristina Ololade Ogunleye.
Arvivian Lynette Laidley.
Stephanie Garcia.
Chantelli Ferrofino.
Abigail de Jesús Molina.
María Fernanda Valencia.
Leanne Aaron Tobalino.
Alice Rivera.
All right, we've got a little more business to do here. Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise, if you're able, for the conferral of the degrees? All right, here we go. By the authority vested in me by the state of California and by the trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree for which you qualify with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Congratulations. And you may be seated, and I'm going to ask the candidates for baccalaureate degrees to please rise. All right. Now, by the authority vested in me by the state of California and by the trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degree for which you qualify. That's right. With all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Now, you can move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. Let's have the entire class stand up. Congratulations, you are all graduates of Cal State LA.
I would like to thank all the university staff, faculty, students, and volunteers involved in organizing the 2018 commencement ceremony and acknowledge the members of the Honors Convocation and Commencement Advisory Committee. At this time, the university hymn will be performed by Cal State LA student Gianna Halpin, who will be accompanied by the Cal State LA Brass Quintet. The lyrics can be found on your programs.